Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you very much for joining me again today for the Stamp Around UK video hop. In the description you'll find loads of links to all the other participants in this month's hop, and the theme we are all making projects for is home decor. Okay, so I'm making these cute triangular sort of table favours or decorations, whichever you want, so they can either sit on a table and you can pretty up these, or you could hang them on the tree. They don't open per se, but you could still fit in sweeties. It just means that you'd have to tear them open to get the stuff out. I suspect that those popular Christmas time chocolates that come in little 1-inch balls would fit in there quite nicely, but obviously any other little sweeties or whatever could fit in there. Okay, so the products I've got are the frosted gingerbread excuse me, stamp set with the coordinating designer series paper. Colours in here are real red, old olive, cinnamon cider. Okay, so we've got sort of the frosting, we've got stripes, spots, checks, and we've got some other sort of peppermint designs, and then stuff that you can die cut with the coordinating shapes there. And I've also pulled out my stitched triangles. So it was pure fluke that the die here, the fourth one in that set, fitted nicely on the sides of those boxes. So that wasn't planned in any way, shape or form, it just happened to fit, which was quite nice because it meant I didn't have to work out anything fancy. So that was just very fortuitous. So we're going to do obviously another variation on there. I've got some of the elegant or simply elegant trim here in the gold. So this comes in a 2-pack, silver and gold in there, so that's a nice twine to put on the top. So we'll save that for a little bit later. This is the die that we're using. The designer series paper, if you use half a sheet, so we're just going to cut this down to 3 inches, so you can get you can decorate 2 boxes from a single sheet. So that's lots of boxes you could do theoretically. And with all the different designs, you could make them all different but coordinated at the same time, if you know what I mean. So there's enough paper there to do the 4 triangles for the sides of the box. And then this is a sheet of cinnamon cider, which I've basically squared off. So in the UK, we have our A4 cardstock, which is a hair wider than 8 1/4 inches. So I've cut it down to 8 1/4 and squared it off on the width. Okay, so that's what we've got. And then we're going to bring it in the scoreboard. This is the Simply Scored. A lovely scoreboard. Okay, so hopefully you can see those measurements across the top nice and clearly. So we are going to start by scoring at 3 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and then we're going to put a little ball indentation just at the 4 1/8 mark there. Okay, we'll rotate it around 3 1/8 of an inch and a mark at 4 1/8. And now we've got another score line down here. I also need another score mark, which is going to go at 5 5/8, which is about here. So just eyeball it, or you can make the line down if you want to. We're going to cut it away, so you just might not want to make a little bit of a mark there. It's not essential that you do this, we can eyeball it later. Twizzle it round, 3 1/8, but definitely make this mark. So that, now we've got an intersection here. So what I want to do is connect some dots. Okay, so oh, I should have put another one here. So we want to put a another mark here so that I've got an indentation to line up some score lines. Okay, so we'll make that 4.5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where it should have been. Sorry, it should have been at, yeah, that's right. I told you 5 and 5/8 tonight. Yeah, there. So that point is going to mark, line up with the centre, the intersect here, and this point will line up with there when we do it. Okay, 4 1/8, 3 1/8, mark at 4 1/8, and 4.5, and then at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5/8. Okay, so that needs to go there, and that needs to go there. Okay, have we got it all? I think we've got it all. Oh, didn't mark that one. There we go. Right, so we should have 2 little nicks in between those 2 score lines on each side, and our little points to score down to on there. Okay, and that square in the middle is going to be the base of the box. Okay, so 3D projects really do make my brain hurt. They're certainly not my strong point, but I hope you like the idea and you can follow it through, or make a better job of it yourselves. Right, so as I was saying, we're going to put some score lines in now, just to help us with the cutting. So this little notch that we made at 4 1/8 is in between these 2 score lines, and we're going to join that with this sort of corner score line, and I hope you can see where I'm talking about. Okay, so the intersect here up to the middle. Okay, so just using a ruler. Okay, and then we made this mark and this mark, didn't we? So the idea is that that will make our glue flap. All right, so you could eyeball that and just make sure it's just sort of a tram line there. Okay, and then we want to do our other side here. All right, no extra flap on there. I suppose if we were making a box that opened, we could have additional flaps, but I'm just going to keep to my design and just do a point with a single glue flap on one side. Okay, we're going to rotate that round and we're going to repeat this process. Okay, so this score mark to the middle, which will indicate the side of my box that I want to cut away, and then we're going to put this one to this intersect, and then we're going to come across to this mark and score that down sort of parallel with that side, and that's going to be our glue flap. Okay, so just finish off doing that. Lost my mark, there it is. Last one, and then we can start cutting out stuff. Okay, so you should end up with sort of like a star shape on the scored into the cardstock. Okay, so I hope that kind of shows up. Right, scissors. I'm going to get my longer scissors, I think, and to cut this. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of the points where on the side that doesn't have the additional flap there. It's just a single score line. So we're going to cut that down to that intersect point. Okay, so just move that away. And then on this side, we don't want to cut the triangle, we want to cut along this sort of additional score line that we did on the outer edge there, and take it all the way down to where it meets the other side of the box over there. Okay, so that's brought that free. So we've got a flap, and we will have a glue flap there. Okay, rotate it round. So this is our free flap. All the way down to that corner. This bit comes away, and then we're going to release that glue flap by just cutting in to that corner and notching that little bit out. Okay, so I just make a cut that's sort of level with the centre there. Alright, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to bring that up and glue it round this way. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Right, let's carry on round. Okay, comme ça. Down to the point. Cut away this notch. Okay. Down a trim line. Down this side, so that these pieces that are coming away are a decent size, so hold on to those, because you can do some punching or whatever out of those, so don't think that we're wasting any cardstock. Let's put them in your scrap bin for another project. And then the final thing is just to take off these corners. Okay, so if we were to fold this together now, so that corner comes proud, so it's not going to stick down. So we just need to just take that off. I'm not doing that at any particular angle, I'm just taking it off like you would wedge out just sort of the sides of a regular box. Okay, just taking it off so that that comes together like so. So that's what you end up with, like this little sort of windmill sort of shape. Okay, just put those scraps out of the way, and we just need to fold and burnish all of these, ready to put it all together. Okay, so that's the skeleton of the box, if you like, made. Alright, then we just want to take these down as well. So that square in the middle will be 2 inches square. Okay, so you've got plenty of room. Okay, so you get the idea now. So these glue flaps will come in, comme ça. Okay, so that's what we've got. Okie dokie. So let's die cut our triangles. Just got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss just off to the side here. It's DSP, so that's going to whiz through no problem. And like I say, half a sheet of the paper is plenty to get those 4 triangles cut. I know I could have done those in advance, but I do like to sort of try and show you as much of the actual real-time process as possible. I think it's helpful sometimes to know exactly how long things take to make, especially if you're trying to plan doing a number of these or whatever for your table. Last one. There we are. Okay, so there we go. Not much waste on there at all. So we can add those to the sides of our box. So I'm going to use a bit of wet glue for this and risk getting in a mess. This will dry clear, and it's really firm when it's dry, so it actually adds a little bit of rigidity to the sides as well. So it's another advantage of using that, and of course it gives us the opportunity to make sure that everything's all lined up. Like so. Easy peasy. So the hard bit was trying to work out how to do all the scoring and cutting and things. I knew what I wanted to achieve, but it was, I say, this isn't my my go-to kind of project, if you know what I mean. This little bit of twine, we are going to tie a knot in that at the bottom without trapping your finger in, preferably. Okay, and that knot's going to help secure it inside our box. Okay, if you feel like it needs a double knot, then do so. Didn't tie very well, just being all fingers and thumbs, I think. Okay, so again, we'll use wet glue. Helps us get things into place, and hopefully I won't stick myself together, and it dries quite quickly too. If you've got strong double-sided tape, that would work too. So ideally you want to hold that down for a couple of seconds before moving on to the next flap. Okay, but they should hopefully come together reasonably straightforward. Any little bits of glue that come out the side will dry clear, so don't worry too much. Right, before we put the oh, got it, pulled that knot, and it's done its thing. So I'm going to put some glue into the inside of that box and sort of lie my string inside, she says. So all this excess glue will dry clear. So in an ideal world, I'd probably try and put a hole through, but I don't have anything suitable to do that. So if you were to punch holes in the side of your flaps, you could thread the ribbon through and then just tie it up, and it'd just be nice and straightforward. So I think you saw what I did there, just sort of manipulating that so that that string sort of ends up in the top there, and we're just going to have to hold that for a few seconds. So that great big blob of glue that I put in there hopefully will be enough to keep that string secure until it dries. And that is the box we got there. Hey. Okay, so the decoration's really nice and straightforward. We'll take a piece of this cinnamon cider that we cut off and cut out tailored tag there. Need my silicone sheet as well. I'm going to cut that in half. And then we will bring in some white cardstock that hopefully is big enough. Not quite. Just rummaging in the scrap bin here. There we go, that's it. Piece of white there to stamp our sentiment on. So I'm bringing in the Peppermint Kisses one. It'd be cool if you could find some little mints to put in, so that would be ideal, wouldn't it? So this just fits inside that tailored tag. There we are, beautiful. Okay, and we're going to again use our glue to layer this up. Lining it up on the straight sides there, so it sort of frames the sentiment. And of course it all matches because it's Stampin' Up. Everything coordinates beautifully. And we just need some glue on there to secure it to our box. So just pick a side. I'm not sure it particularly matters on this occasion, but you know, choice is yours as to how you want to do that. And then if you wanted to add extra bling or anything, you could, but I'm leaving mine like that. And now I've got 3 little decorations that I can use on my tree or as table favours or decorations. Okay, so I hope that was worth sticking around for. Okay, and it's given you an idea anyway. I know all you lot out there are really clever, and you'll come up with some fantastical way to adapt that to your needs. Okay, so you just might need to make sure that those sides come together properly when you're finishing. But yeah, cute, aren't they? I'm dead chuffed with them. I'm dead chuffed I managed to do it. Okay, right, that's it from me. Please do hop along and see what everybody else has made. I'm sure there'll be some fantastic ideas in there for you for your winter decor needs. All right, thanks a lot everybody, see you soon, take care, stay safe, ta-ta.